Hi, this is Melanie Fainall here to talk about my Module 2 filtration system that I created. Alrighty, so the next couple slides I'll just be showing you exactly what I did and how I tried to create my own filtration system using the materials that were given and some things that I was able to find as well. Alright. So getting started, we had the materials that we got previously, which were the earth materials, the alum, the cheesecloth, and then I went and I found some Dixie cups, a ruler, rubber bands, and even some coffee filters as well. So after getting the information about how the earth works with their filtration system, I try to mimic the earth's layers with my own design. So I try to have the physical layers with the finer particles on top and then the coarse on the bottom. So with my filtration system, I was going to use 4 cups. The top cup was going to have the sand in it, which was the finer particles, to hopefully filter out most of the pollutants before they get deeper down in the soil. And then the gravel was going to be my third layer there, to get any last minute things that would come through. I used my biological filtration system, which was the charcoal. As a hiker, we use that when we do our filtration system with our own personal water when we're going hiking. And since it was the size of the particle, or the charcoal, was in between the sand and the gravel, I decided that should go as my middle layer. At the very bottom, I put the alum in the collection cup as a chemical filtration system, because then I figured by the time the water got all the way down past the gravel, the alum could kill whatever other pollutants had gotten down there. And then I had the physical filtration system of the cheesecloth, which I put between each of the layers of the cups. Now to get the water from one cup to another, I did poke a hole in the bottoms of the first 3 cups. It was about the size of maybe a pinhead. Alright, then I had my filter. As you can see, I have 4 cups stacked. Here's my sand layer, my charcoal, as well as my gravel. And then at the very bottom was just the alum. So round 1, I did just clean water to kind of go through. It was able to successfully go through the filter at a pretty quick clip, which I was happy with. I was afraid the hole was too small. But some rocks and sand got through the bottom layer that you can see right here in this picture. And the charcoal also turned the water gray as well. So round 2, what I did was I took water and put some nutmeg in it as my pollutant. And then before I put it through, I doubled up the mesh between each layer, so hopefully that I didn't get as much earth layers going through each layer as I did the first round. And that did work. It was very successful. As you can see, here's my results with the final layer. No rocks got through this time. There's still some sand at the bottom, along with the alum that you can see there. And the water was a gray color, but it was a lighter gray, so I think that helped with running the first batch through before doing my dirty water. And I didn't see any pollutants, so none of the nutmeg got through. Looking at the inquiry continuum, looking at the questioning, I think this activity is very teacher guided, just because it poses the question for the students and how to what they need to figure out. And it also gave them a lot of information on the layers of the earth and asking the students to mimic the layers of the earth with it. As collection of the data, it was almost learner self-directed. Excuse me. Because it didn't say how to collect the data, it just said you're building a stackable cup and you have to use using these materials, as well as you had some free choice with it. It didn't tell you exactly what to do or how to do it, but you still had some free choice with it. The evaluation of the data, I think, was learner self-directed. It didn't give much information with how to measure it, or even how much liquid to pour through, or things like that. So I think the learner could be able to decide, what does clean water look like compared to the dirty water looking like, and how do you figure out the successfulness of your filtration system. Connections were almost all teacher guided, just based off of the questions we had to do online, such as what connections do you have between your filtration system and the Earth's surface, the how the Earth filtrates itself, as well as what could you do differently, what additional materials you needed, um, and making those connections to that scientific process as well. As communication, it's almost all learner self-directed. Excuse me. Just because right now this is what we're doing. We had some parameters on creating a screencast, making sure we show pictures, and the time length. But other than that, we were able to take pictures and present most of the information with you guys on our own. We got to pick and choose with that. Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for listening. I did some filtration system stuff this summer through a STEM program I did, so I'll also attach a couple of those ideas in the post as well if you're interested in doing similar activities with your students in your classrooms as well. Well, thanks again for listening. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.